All right, 3, 2, 1. Action. Breaking news.
Election night, election coverage, all night long. We're here to give you unbiased, direct, up-to-the-minute coverage.
The coverage is deep.
The coverage that you deserve as a bike riding enthusiast.
We're here to cover it. We want to analyze it. We want to analyze it again.
Analyze.
Then we want to zoom into it. Zoom in.
Get it at the macro level. And then, boom, back out. Not miss the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
Because trees are important. Have I had a little bit of this before we started?
Potentially.
Maybe.
Tonight's brought to you by Rye Whiskey. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Family Jones, right here in Denver, Colorado.
This is good.
It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I know a lot of people could be watching that other thing that's happening, but we're here tonight.
Gilmore Girls. Oh, is that
Gilmore Girls? Yeah.
That's live. There's a live Gilmore Girls tonight.
There's a live drama unfolding.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we would bring you some industry-leading news, live and direct,
right into your face holes.
And on top of that, we're gonna do some analysis. You ready?
That's right. What is our industry news? What's our first point of industry news tonight?
We thought the pros closet had gone under.
The pros closet did go under. You know how I know? We did a whole show on the pros closet closing down. I remember that this was not a dream. This was real. You can go to YouTube and you can be like, bicycle therapy. Yeah, it's got like tens of millions of views, right? Because we broke the story. Yeah. And then everybody's like, really? Well, you heard it here first, kids. The pros closet is back, baby.
It's back.
Back, baby. I don't know. I feel like there should be a better song. Failure on my part.
Police.
Yeah. Yay! The pros closet is back, baby. How is the pros closet back?
Well,
Nick,
when a company goes bankrupt, they can
does that mean they declared bankruptcy?
They could not make enough money to pay their debts.
And then the people who gave them money were like, you have to give us money now.
They actually form a line.
And they were like, we don't want to do that.
They form a line in court, and the biggest debts get paid off first. And part of the way...
The biggest debts or the debts with the biggest cojones behind them?
Actually, I mean, I'd love to chat with a bankruptcy attorney. My understanding was the biggest debts get paid off, or they get some divvied up. But that's getting into the weeds on it.
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
Part of that was the intellectual properties of that, which is the brand, logos.
Such an intellectual logo. 3 fucking letters.
The name. The pros closet.
TPC.
That
was intellectual property was like TPC, kind of like together.
Do you have Gingy Cycles protected?
Protected.
You just say yes.
With these guns.
Because somebody could come along and be like, I want to be Gingy Cycles.
They could not. Dude, I would be all over that. All over their asses. In like an aggressive way, not like a loving way.
I am wearing the turtleneck tonight.
Yeah,
so
you are. Because this is official news tonight.
This is official news. We're debating. We're going to give an hour of solid coverage of this year's great debate.
Insight, analysis.
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 And we're also going to talk about my favorite anal bum cover. I think you meant album cover.
A bum cover. Well, anyway, the pros closet
has come back from the dead.
Has come back from the dead. Reopening. I'll just read you the thing because that's better than me trying to remember what it says. Used gear retailer The Pros Closet is reopening Monday under new ownership and some familiar management. Monday was yesterday. BT dubs. TPC closed last month after 18 years in operation. Remember, we talked about this before. The Pros Closet that closed is not the Pros Closet that opened before. They were a different company, different structures entirely. Anywho, it's also they sold off their remaining inventory and sold off other physical assets, which if you had been on the internet in the bike world in America at all, you would have seen that like, oh, the Pros Closet was selling they weren't selling the
liquidation company.
Whatever company, yeah, who was in charge of trying to get money for all their assets was selling off the shit that they had.
The van, the cleaners, the furniture, the computers, the cameras,
the TVs,
everything.
all
I went
the
through
stuff.
and looked at some of the stuff. Industrial
And
bike
stuff sold
cleaners.
for too much money.
Yeah,
we need to declare that stuff sold for too much money. Whoever bought stuff at that auction probably paid too much. I've noticed, as have many other people on the Front Range mountain biking Facebook page or whatever, that people they bought so the Pros Closet had bought like a bulk reel of FSA like 11 or 12 speed chain, right?
Yeah.
And somebody bought this bulk reel of that from them, and now they're trying to sell off it or chunks of it at a time, and everybody can see exactly what they're trying to sell because they just use the same photos that Pros Closet had, and then they're trying to sell off this stuff. It's like, nobody needs that much chain. Also, nobody needs an FSA chain.
How many years of chain do you think that is?
It doesn't matter because
like 12
FSA
years?
chains are dog shit garbage crap.
Oh, okay.
Nobody
So they're
wants
cheap.
them. They are a last resort during the inventory squeeze of the pandemic, which is in the rearview mirror of the car, 20 cars behind us, right? So far behind us. So it doesn't matter. FSA chains are junk. Just because you got a deal on a bunch of them, who cares? Where were we going?
My
with that?
opinion is just FSA in general is not great. Avoid it at all costs.
You should run away from FSA full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead away from FSA.
But the Pros Closet is coming back.
But the Pros Closet's back. Oh, yeah. Last month, Lshare Companies, whoever the fuck that is, a private investment firm, whatever the fuck that is, I don't know, acquired TPC's digital assets, including its trademarks, website, software, and customer database.
Which a huge chunk of the money was software.
What software?
Their whole thing.
What?
Their whole thing was software.
What was the? No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
False.
No, look it up. They built their
What
whole
software?
app. Their whole app where you can send pictures. And
I
people
never
can
had
chat.
a Pros Closet app. You had a Pros Closet app on your phone?
Their website and
There's
I don't
a
know if there was an
website.
app. Yeah, there's their website, but that was all.
All
I
right.
thought there was an app.
All
I
right.
thought there was a Pros.
I don't think there was an app.
I don't know if somebody knows. I thought there was an app. That
If there's
you
an
could, like,
app,
load.
somebody
But still, like the website
Prove it.
was. There was custom features that have to get built, and that stuff gets expensive really quick.
Yes, I know.
Building out software to do specifically what you want.
Yes,
If it's
computer
not-
stuff is expensive.
It's not like a photographer like a portfolio site. It's like
Portfolio state? What?
Portfolio. I like that name.
Portfolio. Trademarked here. You heard it
Trademark.
first.
Trademark. Industry now.
Okay.
But there's a lot of work. Actually,
No, they had
met-
stuff that apparently was. Go ahead.
Yeah, I met somebody that was working on the back end of
Yeah, you
some of their
did.
stuff. Yeah. Back end.
Working on that
Yeah.
back end. Bam.
I'd love to chat about it, but
get him
for
on
all
here.
that stuff.
Get him on here. Whoever, hey, if you're watching tonight and you were working on the back end of the Pros Closet website, there's
Where
space.
do you-
There's space. What are you doing tonight anyway? There's space for you here. Join in. Get here. Okay. Lshare Companies acquired TPC's digital assets, including its trademark website, software, and customer database.
Software.
Apparently, things worth buying. Lshare has hired 2 longtime TPC managers to run the company. Justin England, who was hired with TPC for 15 years, most recently as head of purchasing, is the new company's chief revenue officer. JP Gage, who was with TPC for about 12 years, most recently as operations manager, is the company's new chief operating officer. Okay, the CEO. TPC will resume acquiring used bikes and refurbishing them for resale through its certified pre-owned program. Again, I will reiterate. Who's certifying the pre-ownership of these bicycles? They themselves. It's like printing out your own participation award. It's like, oh, these are certified by fucking who? You. You said they're certified, and it got a sticker.
Wait, who's doing the certification?
I don't know, some jabroni in the. Nobody actually.
This bike. Was
the very fact that it's on the website.
Kyle Goodmaster's back.
I mean, I hope he has a job. That's all. I mean, I do care about that.
Yeah.
I want my boy to have a job.
So wait a second.
He's got a cat to feed.
If I see a bike and I'm like, I certified that as pre-owned. You owned it.
You can do that.
Purchased it.
I certified that bike has been owned by someone else.
I certify it.
Certified to have been owned by somebody else.
I like the participation award thing. Kyle Goodmaster also, he looks like the guy from, I'm going to have to look it up. He looks like
I
a
really
comedian.
want this answer.
We're going to have to go into it.
You got to figure it out. Okay.
Oh, Nathan for you. Look up Nathan for you. Not right now. Later. But
Killing me. I'm not going to remember that.
Kyle, look up Nathan for you. I know you're watching.
You look like him, apparently.
Oh. I think if it's who I'm thinking of.
Well.
We'll do it back to the show.
Let's get back to it. Okay, so they're as of.
I mean, it's $70 million in investment that.
That's in the past. That's what was like toileted away, frittered away. I don't know what other awayed it could be other than just fully shat away $70 million in the past 4 years. I'm going to go to their website. I haven't yet been to their website.
Oh, does it say, I'm back?
So let's find out. Say words while I'm getting there.
Oh, I was just about to respond to my brother. He was asking me if he could call, and I said, hey.
You can be on air.
Yeah. The Pros Closet is back. Oh, there's on their website, it says it's back.
I would just like to say that my my barber has seen either the show or my story about the show tonight and is proud of my hair tonight.
You look great. You got like a Don Johnson vibe.
I don't know what's happening. I just went like that.
Are you going to go down to the docks and bust up some crime?
Yeah. I do have to do that tonight, but that's later.
In your Ferrari?
That's an after midnight thing. Yes.
After the kids go to bed?
Yeah.
Hey, did that door ever get closed?
I got to put the door got closed. My kids left the door open on my wife's car, and it got filled up in snow because it started snowing tonight because
it's the first time of the year.
Summer went forever, and then now it's gone.
It's gone. And that one's gone.
And did I ever build up my new bike before summer disappeared? No.
No. No, sir.
The wheel for it's right there.
That's a wheel.
theproscloset.com. Website, front page. TPC is back!
Listen to this.
Oh.
Ooh.
Didn't know it was
It's a Hope Hub.
it's a Hope Pro 5.
So, yeah, that's...
More engagement, but quieter than its predecessor.
Ooh. I was actually surprised at how quiet that Hope Hub was.
Wasn't it so
It was very smooth.
easy, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Less seal drag on that motherfucker. TPC is back. We took a bit of a spill, is what their website says. You think?
Oh, I lost my mic.
I wish I could come home from bankruptcy and be like, honey, I took a bit of a spill. We're losing the house, but we're getting a good deal on some affordable housing.
But I got someone to purchase most of our debt.
Yeah, most of our stuff is good. TPC is back on track to being the destination for selling and buying pre-owned bikes.
Let's just say also that not all pre-owned bikes.
Not all of the pre-owned bikes are from
Not
TPC.
all of them.
No. The best deal you can have is from a peer-to-peer sale.
Yeah.
These are facts. This is coming at you. We didn't wear newscaster jackets for
facts.
nothing other than to tell you facts tonight.
But they also, it's not all used bikes. They only buy and sell stuff that is either unique and vintage or I think like $1,000+ and up. Yeah.
Basically, they're open to whatever you have to sell them right now.
Oh.
They're like, ooh. So they apparently they got money. They got money.
What about a 2-year-old Tommaso?
Shocking. They found some money again. Guys, we had no money. We had negative money. And now we have money.
Investments.
That was perfect. Love it.
The
The leaders in certified certified your own damn shit. I'm gonna start certifying.
You should certify
whatever I want. This is the most certified YouTube live show.
Yeah, we are certified
on right now. In fact,
certified live.
Just a sec. Hold on, I'll be back.
Oh, Jason's taking off.
Give me a sec.
Is he getting he's actually gonna print out a certification right now, live on the air. He's gonna draw it with a pen. This is live right now.
This is live. This is how certification works. All right.
Certified.
Just so you guys have an understand.
Well, they are professionals. He's writing something on paper. And we're going to take a look live in just a moment what Jason is drawing, but I think it's going to have to do with pre-owned certified.
This show is not pre-owned. This is certified, like, virgin video.
It's going straight out live.
Certified live YouTube.
We all know certification just makes people feel good, okay?
If you could sign on that line right there.
I'll sign right there.
Guess what? Bicycle therapy. We're fucking certified, baby.
Nailed it.
Certified as a live YouTube show. Bicycle therapy. Certified.
Now, I do think that we should move on to our next topic.
Okay,
of the
so
evening.
yeah, the Pros Closet's back. If you want to sell your shit, fine, you can sell your shit to them. It'll make it easy. Whatever. You won't have to deal with...
Yeah.
You won't have to deal with eBay, and you won't have to deal with meeting somebody in a random King Supers parking lot.
Yeah.
When you can just like give it away to them. That's
you want to sell your Santa Cruz? That is an option.
Yeah. What other news is happening? Hey, the most newsy news of the news cycle.
What is it?
You ever heard of a little company called Yamaha?
I have. I've bought a Yamaha piano.
Like, what about like a clarinet?
Yep, Yamaha clarinet.
Yeah. Clarinet.
What about a Yamaha motorcycle?
I haven't owned one personally. I've seen many Yamaha motorcycles. I've seen Yamaha motorsports all over the place.
All right.
Lots of Yamaha pianos. Apparently, Yamaha was also in the business of the bicycle electric bike.
Ooh, like many in the year 2022.
Yeah, well, guess what? boys and girls, and everyone else.
What is the
What's-
news?
Nope.
Yamaha. That one.
It's the last one.
The buzzer. At the buzzer.
Yamaha is ending U.S. electric bicycle sales.
Yeah, there's no... I wish we had a frowny face emoji sound, but we don't. So Yamaha's out.
Yeah, all this really means is... So, like... E-bikes are kind of the big...
The boom.
kind of boom in the bicycle world right now, and so everybody was jumping into it.
And Yamaha probably has a bunch of people who ride motorcycles who also ride mountain bikes, and they're like, hey, maybe we could sell them an e-bike.
Or they thought like,
e-mountain
or they
bike.
were like, oh, these e-bikes are cheap to make. We can make them and just like dump them in the U.S. market, and people who are buying motorcycles will be like, I kind of need one of those too. Or they're buying a... Do they do side-by-sides? I don't know. Seems like e-bike on the back of a side-by-side is the best marketing ever. I would certify that.
Yeah.
Apparently, Yamaha is no longer selling e-bikes in America.
Oh, no.
Does,
I don't even know what sound to make for that
well,
one.
my question for this is, Nate, who cares?
Yeah, no one.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Nobody gives a shit about
Nobody.
Yamaha e-bikes.
Yeah, that's just like when any big brand, like, okay, here's one.
Okay.
When a luxury brand comes out with a bicycle.
Yeah. Porsche.
Like Porsche, Lamborghini.
Who all has done this?
Mercedes. Back in the day, there was a Mercedes that actually was like kind of cool, but it like wasn't like functional. Like it was carbon aluminum
Shocking.
bonded.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like probably late 90s. But yeah, like it's just, hey, I think we can
Water
sell
tastes good.
2,000 units. Oh, we only sold 1,500. Let's pull out.
Right, we're done. All right, I want to talk about this one.
Ooh, we got a big one coming up. This is the meat. This is the
this
meat and the potatoes.
We chomped on the pros closet for a second.
So if I buy a bike on the internet,
Okay, this is a good one. Yeah, good, because I was like, how do we go?
and I am like, man, well, I don't know.
What is there
I
like a
bought-
brand in mind?
Let's just say I bought a full suspension mountain bike that had a dropper post and disc brakes. And I was like, man, this thing's really complicated. What should
Right,
I...
that's a cool bike.
It's a cool bike. It comes in
Yeah.
a box. I don't know if I know actually how to do anything on
But I
it.
can put it together mostly because they give me some tools and some instructions in the box.
Yeah.
I can put it together. Yeah.
But then I'm kind of like, not sure if I did it right.
Or I've ridden it for, say, 4 to 10 months and something's gone awry. What do you do?
Where do you go?
I'll tell you what you do.
You call up the company and you say, I need a bike tune-up. And they just, they do
No,
a
you
software
go on
update.
their website and you talk to their Autobot.
And not a
Like-
Decepticon, by the way.
Right. No, you talk to their Autobot and be like, bike makes funny noise in this gear after climbing up this hill before I have also eaten my energy bar.
On cold days.
Only on cold days.
On cold days. And the bot says, wow, I'm sorry you're having this problem.
Thank you for contacting us.
Thank you for
A representative will contact you.
And we'll, you're 250th on our list.
In line. Yeah. Well, or, you know what else you could do? Just go to a bike shop, dog.
Just go a place where
Just
people...
go to a random, just call, like, go Google Maps, bike shop, me, here, boom, walk in, they'll be like, oh, where'd you get this bike? Oh, I got it from l'internet, and internet's French, sorry.
La internet?
I only pronounce words the way they're supposed to be pronounced, and internet is French. So,
La Internet.
Internet. He's like, I bought it there, and they'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool, no worries. We can fix that for you. It's going to cost these many dollars. And you're gonna be like, I don't like that.
I don't like. I just bought it.
I just bought it. Why does it cost money to get it fixed? What am I
just bought it.
All right, well. And
Well, here's the
you,
deal.
like many other people, are like, man, there needs to be a third. There needs to be another option.
Like a third place, like a Starbucks. I could take my bike.
There needs to be a bike place that also has a Starbucks attached to it.
Yeah.
Perhaps next to a river in an old rail facility.
Power plant.
Power plant.
Yeah.
If you think we're talking about the Denver flagship REI store, that's the fucking one I wanted, the blue. I need to memorize these.
Blue is good.
If you think we're talking about the Denver REI flagship store, you'd be correct.
You'd be correct.
So, you want to read this?
Not really.
All right,
That's really
I'll
far
read
away.
and well, that's true. I keep this.
Hold on, I'm gonna do
keep
this.
the information secret.
Keep it secret. Oh, there it is. Now you can read it too.
REI now a Canyon authorized service partner.
What?
Canyon Bicycles is expanding. I don't know what that means because it implies that there was something they did before. I don't know what it was. Is expanding its service partner network by adding 28 REI co-op locations. The Consumer Direct Brands network already includes 66 independent bike shops in the U.S. and scores of independent service partners in Europe. Scores means times 20. 20 times more.
Scores?
All service, including frame warranty and crash replacements, will be fulfilled at Southern California, Denver, and Washington, D.C. REI locations.
Ooh.
By next year, more than 190 REI stores will be certified. Again, certified.
Pre-owned, certified.
Canyon Service Partners. Authorized service partners are listed on the Canyon website.
Are they certified to be authorized?
At so let's figure. Here's the deal. What's it sound like? Can you summarize for the kids what this means?
Okay, so in the online bike industry, there's a thing called the last mile. And when you sell a bike on the internet, the last mile is that's getting it like to the customer. And that is the biggest pain in the ass for online. Like to get it to them and then have it successfully built. That is very difficult.
It is very difficult.
It's very difficult. It's like you need a place to go where there's people who actually know and have been trained.
So it seems like Canyon is setting up some sort of agreement with REI for the service and ultimately I think that warranty of their bicycles. So Canyon, like any other brand, is not immune to having to deal with warranty issues. Okay. Now, customarily, when you have a warranty issue with Canyon, you're going to have to deal with that kind of between you and them. If you have a bike shop or someone else who's not like a bike shop that's beholden to a bike company, like a retailer, that service provider can help you out with your warranty issue by contacting the company, providing photos and documentation and explanation of what's wrong with what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it seems like our Canyon is trying to push that work to some sort of agreement that they've made with REI. REI says that REI members receive 20% off services as part of their member benefits. So let's say I'm actually live on air trying to figure this one out. Let's say you've got a cracked Canyon bike frame, right? What do you do? Okay, in this scenario, let's say you've heard
some pictures.
Let's say you've heard about this. Okay, you're a Canyon bike owner, and you've heard, oh, Canyon partnered with REI. What are you gonna do? And you're like, oh, my bike's cracked.
Yeah, you're gonna go in, and REI is gonna take that, warranty issue. Because that's the other thing is warranties in online.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's gonna deal with the warranty?
Right.
Are you shipping a bike back and forth? And you need a set of eyes to be able to look at it. Just look at that. Look at that crack.
Yeah. So you'll bring it into REI.
Now, have you ever seen a cracked Canyon bicycle?
Yeah, definitely.
That was a joke.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I get very serious as the show
You're
goes
like,
on.
Yes, I have seen a cracked.
Many.
Like, no shit, Jason. Like, just look. Somebody Google cracked Canyon bicycle, and it's like.
Yeah, I could show you photos from some that someone sent me like 4 days ago. Like,
yes.
Should I be worried about these? And I'm like, yes. Don't ride that bike.
Is this just a paint?
That's what I thought. Like, yeah, no kidding.
No.
So, but you're gonna take your bike into REI, and they're gonna process some warranty. If it's a cracked frame, what's gonna have to happen? Canyon's gonna have to send a frame. Somebody's gonna have to swap all those parts over. This goes back to a whole nother conversation where a lot of customers are not prepared for the fact that they're the ones who need to pay for the labor in regards to warranty. So if say SRAM, RockShox, Shimano, whoever warranties X component, well, if it has to be installed by a dealer as per the agreement that the dealer has to process the warranty, well, you have to pay for that labor. Now, a lot of people don't love that. So let's say you got like a Canyon road bike. It's got internal cable routing, etc. It's going to be
somebody's going to have to take it apart.
A $200 to $400 labor bill to rebuild that whole, pull all the parts off of the thing, rebuild them onto a new bike.
Sometimes cables get frayed, cable ends.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to put on new
chain might need to be replaced.
You have to put on new brake fittings at the very least, because if it's internally routed, you have to cut and install maybe a new brake hose, because maybe it was like cutting off the barb, and olive off of it makes it too short for the new frame. Those things happen, right? All this stuff comes up. But you got to pivot.
Cable line.
The sort of sell here is that you get apparently 20% off of these services at REI if you're a member. So, guys, you got companies working with companies behind the scenes to make these deals, to like force you into their programs, their
funnel.
Systems. Yeah, they're fun. The funnel.
Dramatic glass removal.
Right, and make it seem like it's beneficial for you, but they're just, I mean, it's going to be money in their pockets. Kind of way.
Bike shops, and especially big stores, have used service to get people in the door. Like, you have to get your bike serviced. Okay, so once you get the bike in, then it's like, oh, well, there's like a standard spiel, especially the big shops. It's like, well, you're going to hit them up for these things. You're going to ask them, gosh, the first shop I worked at was like, when a customer comes back in with their bike for their first tune-up, you're going to ask them if they have, these specific things.
Right.
And it's just lying. I think it's just lining up the same thing. Is it beneficial for the customer at the end?
No, I don't think
so.
Nope.
Because at least out of all the big brands, and I say this very liberally, REI is probably. Let's not get into that.
Wrong night to talk about that. Okay.
REI is probably the better of the big chains for service. And I say that very lightly.
Yeah, you say, yeah.
It's not Dick's Sporting Goods.
Well, yeah, when you're competition is Dick's, Shields. What the fuck else is there? I don't know.
Brands. I mean,
because we used to have Performance and we used to have Bicycle Village, which were in that range.
What's
Sports Authority, which I think became Dick's, maybe.
Yeah, something happened there.
Anyway, there was
but
Sports
like
Authority.
big chains, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, probably, at least REI like does some certifications, however that means. At least they're trying to.
Some more in-house, like, oh yeah, you've changed. Did you change a flat tire? You can change flat tires now.
They would pay for the Barnetts, which I think is more legit than some of the other.
Exist still?
I don't think so.
No, so okay.
But like they at least like you had to learn some standards and like.
No, you do have some learning to do. Yes.
Yeah, like the Barnetts was like legit as far as like learning some of the stuff. Now you did have to have,
it gets, yeah.
You did have to like have real world experience in a bike shop. Like you still need that. Like that's just one step. I know people who have gotten certified, but have not worked in shops, don't know the quirks of different brands,
right?
Don't know this like what people do to their bikes. Yeah. So I mean, just regionally.
So my question for this is, what actually is the benefit of using REI for your Canyon?
It makes people feel better.
Service and warranty.
Yeah.
Makes you feel better.
Makes people like go, oh, I
even
can
if
buy
your
a Canyon.
even if your bike is not demonstrably better.
I can go to a place and talk to a person.
Or is our whole industry just come down to vibes? Like you feel
vibes,
better about
good.
it? Like
Vibes.
you got good vibes about the whole thing?
Yeah.
If it's all come down to vibes, I fucking quit.
Now,
I'm done. No, I'm walking out. Shut it all down. I don't fucking care. I'm not doing vibe-based, like, making a living here in what I do. I'm done. No, it's not better.
Good vibes. I didn't say it was better.
Yeah,
I'm really interested on the back end. REI also sells bikes, right? So now they're teaming
there is
up.
nothing that says that REI will be selling Canyon bikes.
No, they're not going to sell them, but they
got a bunch.
Saying that you can bring this bike in and we will work with you on this bike.
Okay, so here's my question though. REI.
Every time you
Give
say
it a
REI,
go.
we have to drink.
REI. They do not sell bikes that are over like $2,500.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they know their customer. They've done market research analyses.
So if you bought a $5,000 Canyon,
they make them that much.
Yeah, sure. They make great. Canyon makes fine bikes. They make good bikes.
I don't know.
Mathieu Van der Poel. I said it in a very French accent because he's Dutch. At least from the Netherlands. Netherlands is not Dutch, is it? Netherlands, Dutch.
Okay, we're going to have to get into geography now.
Forget. Anyway, he's from the Netherlands. Even though he was born in Belgium. Anyway, he rides a Canyon bike to many, many world championships. A couple anyway. My point is, they make great bikes. All right, they make good bikes. I'm not disparaging them as a bike company in terms of the quality of the product they make. What I want to talk about is this step here is they make, so you can easily go on their site, spend $9 grand on a road bike, a mountain bike, whatever.
Oui.
And you're gonna take that into a place that doesn't sell a bike that costs more than $2,500, $3 grand. You feel comfortable with that?
It's not Dick's Sporting Goods.
I feel like it's a fair question. At the risk of being snobby, I've been so French tonight, man. What have I been doing?
It's the jacket.
It's the jacket. It's got my
dude. And you ate escargot.
I did, but I did eat a little bit of that. All right. Well,
so
what's our conclusion here?
That's one thing actually I've heard as we've chatted with folks is like, yeah, you take your $10,000 bike and you drop it off somewhere, and there's a level of trust in that transaction that like, hey, I'm gonna drop this off. You're not gonna mess it up. Like you're not gonna get a phone call like a week later going like, a bolt got stripped out,
right?
And I can't get it out, and yeah.
Right. Oh, what do you want to do about it?
What do you want to do about it?
We should probably take it into REI. They're the official service provider for this fucking bike.
I don't know. Has anybody out there had an experience, good or bad, with REI? I worked at a shop down the road from REI, and we did a lot of, like, we pretty much lived
80% of your service revenue was fixing shit that REI fucked up.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
I didn't work there. But yeah,
we
obviously.
pretty much like lived off of the exhaust of REI. Like people went to REI.
Yeah.
They were like had an experience, and then they ended up at our shop a block down the road. We were a block from REI.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, this might be this would be a whole separate show. I'd love to do it sometime if we could make it work. I'd love to have as a guest somebody or two people who have worked in an REI.
I've known some. I don't want to totally shit on REI because I've known some decent mechanics that have worked there.
Well, there's a difference between but I would love to know, like, why do you work there? Why have you continued to work there? Are you proud of the work that you do while you're there, or are you just okay to be paid a decent amount with some other benefits because they're a larger company?
That was the big thing, is getting decent pay and benefits on top of that, like getting what you would get at a shop, plus you actually have some healthcare benefits.
Yeah, some other benefits. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I'd be curious to know. Oh,
that other shop.
That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
So there was the exhaust from REI, then the exhaust from
Salvagetti.
Do we go this route? I don't want to be a dick. Can I say it?
I'm not going to take it personally. So
well,
pretty much,
we'll just assume you weren't there. When I ran Gingy, there was this other store.
Okay.
We would call them Good Enough. Because people would often come in with their bike in some sort of mediocre operation, and they would say, well, so-and-so said it's good enough. That was very common, so we referred to the other place as Good Enough.
You're not talking about Salvagetti,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Salvagetti was good enough.
Well,
we dealt with people, this all the time, being like, stuff wasn't quite right, quite correct, not the way it's supposed to be. It was, in some ways, good enough. So, that's what Curtis is talking about. Now it's gotten awkward here, so we're going to shut down, and Nick and I are going to deal with this.
Nick was not there. Oh, okay, I'm in the clear.
Yeah, Nick was not there. I don't think you were. Part of me feels a little bit bad about the joke that way, but in the same regard, like it was with such regularity that it wasn't made up. So that's all.
Curtis worked there too.
Exactly. So did Kyle, who also worked for me.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
what now?
What's next on the list?
Well, do we have any sort of conclusion on this Canyon REI thing?
Dude, it's just to get people in the stores. It's to get foot traffic.
Yeah, you're getting bamboozled.
That's it.
Go to, I guess, bottom line is, no matter what, even if there's some sort of fucking incentive or some sort of bone that's thrown or some sort of certification that's put up across the website, take your bike to someone that you trust. Take your bike to someone you trust. That's all I can say. Like, and if you have, and they'll take care of it. I mean, I've got a bike over here with a direct consumer wheel set on it. The customer ripped through his drive ring because the drive ring gave out, and he's got a warranty on it. So he brought the bike to me. I took some photos, some documentation of it, and sent it back to him, and he has a warranty in place with the company. Bike's here right now. When they do whatever they're going to do, they're going to send it to me, and I'm going to, more than likely, rebuild his wheel, take care of it for him. His wheel will be built correctly. He'll know who did it, and he'll have gotten his warranty taken care of. So, like, take your bike to someone who you trust, who's going to take care of it. And if you feel like it's a big store that's going to take advantage of you, sorry, move on. Go to someone else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go to a smaller shop. Go to a service provider that you know has your back, has your interest in mind.
Yeah, like, is it just going to turn into a turn and burn? Like, get people in the door and out the door, in and out, and
right? Are you bringing? Yeah. Are you going to bring your $10,000 bike into a place where the mechanics have never worked on a bike that's more than $3,000, and they're going to swap everything over? Are you fine with that? If you are
you okay with that?
If you're okay with that, be okay with that. That's all.
Oh my goodness. It's an interesting thing. Like, I wonder how that whole deal came about. Like, I'm interested in that. Like,
dude, guys in suits in fucking offices.
Well, I know.
That's how it came about.
I know, 100%.
Yes.
But they're like, we need some place for our customers to go to actually talk to a person. All right, who do we call? Okay, REI. Like, they're in multiple locations. They usually have a bike service department. Now, I wonder if that was just a deal, if there was money that exchanged hands, like, hey, we'll give you $10,000, $100,000, $1 million to be a certified center, and you can get sales. Like, what? I'm just interested on the back end of that deal.
We weren't in the room. They didn't invite us.
They didn't invite us.
I had an invitation, but I had to go to Germany to do it, and I didn't quite have enough of my Southwest points built up enough to go, so I just skipped it. And my daughter had a volleyball game, so I said, no, I will not.
I mean, my whole thing with Canyon is over the years, I've seen a lot of cracked canyons.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I trust it. As far as like a high-end brand, I don't really. I mean, carbon bikes make me a little worried in the first place if I'm like riding aggressively and hard.
Which you do.
Yeah.
You always ride hard.
Very hard. Even though I have a full carbon bike right now. Carbon cranks, carbon handlebars. But the conclusion of this is a brand strategy. Canyon needs a place for people to go.
Right.
REI needs foot traffic. That's the deal.
That's it. I think that we could have summed up all the bullshit we just said with that right there, and that would have solved a lot of silliness. Okay, well, if you got a Canyon bike, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. Get after it. But you,
maybe
you
should find a certified mechanic.
Yeah. I mean, we're a certified YouTube show, but we can definitely direct you to a certified mechanic of some sort.
Now, actually, I want to, over this past weekend, we went to Vswap. And we have an episode coming out of our adventures at Vswap. And one of the things that struck me is it was actually awesome not be in the industry and go to a cycling event.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. It was like I didn't have to set any tent up. I didn't have to like go somewhere to work. We went.
Didn't have to be responsible for anything.
We looked at stuff.
Doing whatever you fuck you wanted to.
Yeah, we just were pedestrians.
So pedestrian.
In the Vswap. And Vswap is one of the largest bike swaps, maybe in the nation, maybe the world. I could only see a bicycle swap bigger in a place like Portland.
Show me a bigger bike swap. Show me a bigger like.
Is there Curtis Cole? Is there a bigger
consumer-oriented bike swap?
Is there a bigger bike swap?
Does not exist. Tamar says good evening. Dude, did you just show up?
To the show.
You gotta catch up, man. Come on.
You gotta catch up.
Gotta catch up. All right. What else has happened? Well,
but we went to
Vswap,
and we will have an episode coming out next week.
Yep.
Of our adventures, where we traded up.
It was so adventurous.
Very adventurous. We went out into the world.
Yeah.
And checked some stuff out. So check out the episode next week.
Yeah.
Where we party all the time. A lot of people have forgotten about Eddie Murphy's music career. My girl likes to party all the time. Okay. If you don't know Eddie Murphy,
well, yeah,
look him up.
Get with the times,
and if you know Eddie Murphy, you should know that he had a music career for very, very briefly.
He shone brightly for a short amount of time
in the world of music, because his girl liked to party all the time. All right, what's next on the Specialized?
Do you want to talk about Specialized?
Offers free service.
So this is over.
Never forget that your girl parties all the time. Another service.
It's been like a week and a half, but
service incentives. So service incentives. And we get really frustrated at service incentives because
service
it says
it's the best place to make money, but it's the easiest place to give money away, and people do it all the fucking time. Stop it.
We'll do it for free. We'll give you a free...
Stop doing it for free. Stop
tune-ups.
Giving it away.
Free tune-ups.
Don't give away people's skill.
If a place...
Don't give it away. It's valuable. It's connected to a person.
If a place is giving away free lifetime tune-ups, this is a thing that some shops do.
Mm-hmm.
Usually what that means is...
Stores.
Bicycle stores.
Stores do more than shops, yeah.
Ooh, I like that definition of store versus bike shop.
Yeah.
Sticky
with it that way.
Generally, it is derailleur and brake adjustments, and that is only turning the barrel adjuster.
You
adjuster.
You got to do some turning.
And you turn it, and that is your free tune-up for life. Is you bring it in. It's to get you in the door. It's to get you in the door. Yeah. And then the tech will turn the knob and then say, oh, you need new tires, new chain, new brake pads, and that's going to be
grips,
the same amount.
Yeah. Yeah.
But tell us the news.
Back at the butt end of October, before Halloween, before like the good times started to roll, Specialized, who's like one of the biggest bike companies in America, just threw out this thing, this offer, this deal, this fucking program that they didn't ask anybody about. They're just like, yeah, we're doing this, and they were like,
at times brands will just do something and then tell everyone else involved,
it's like, we're doing this
later.
Yeah. The deal was
it's like going on a family road trip and dad decides we're going here to eat and no one likes it.
They were offering, I'm trying to find the details. I don't have them all, but this is what it is. They were offering a free tune-up of sorts pretty much for any bike that you brought in to a specialized dealer who participated in the program on October 26th, I think it was. Hold on, I'm looking at the 26th. Saturday the 26th was the date that they did it. It was like, oh, hey, if you go take your bike into a participating specialized dealer, you'll get a free
any
tune-up
type of bike, or
it was any type of bike, yeah. So this was their thing. For 50 years, we've been motivated by the pure love of riding and spotlighting the benefits bikes provide for our communities and health, said Specialized founder Mike Sinyard. For example, we formed Outride, a nonprofit committed to using cycling to support the cognitive and physical well-beings of youth to underline the power of two wheels.
These for the
As
children.
we look toward the future, we don't care what kind of bike you ride. We just want you riding it. By getting 1 million bikes back on the road and inspiring more to ride, we can collectively reduce our carbon footprint, help our bodies, and steer toward a better future. And so they gave away a bunch of free tune-ups, and people thought they were getting like full-on tune-ups, and it was really just supposed to be like pump up the chain.
A bicycle check.
Pump up the chain.
Pump up the chain.
Pump up the chains. Pump the chains. Pump the chains.
At Gingy Cycles.
That's a good song.
You'll get your chain pumped up.
Pump up his chain.
But that only happens after hours.
Yeah. Shirtless Wednesdays are the only days you get your chain pumped up. Pump up your tires, lube the chain, give the derailleur adjustment a like barrel turn. And that's kind of it. So that's what they were hoping to do.
A lot of times, if you're someone who gets out maybe just on the weekends, more like me, and you buy a new bike, that first year, you generally don't need a whole lot. Like, you don't need that first year of riding.
No, the first year you don't need anything. But they were like, whatever you got, bring it into a specialized dealer.
That's amazing.
You get a free, and obviously, you know, as well as I know, that anytime you open the door for anything free to like the bike customer community, they're like, free tune-ups? We heard you were doing free tune-ups. Here, this bike has been in my garage for 25 years. Will you do a free tune-up on it?
There's a gap between...
That's what everybody hears.
So let me clarify. There is a gap between a vintage bicycle that's been sitting in somebody's garage and hasn't been maintained or taken care of, and a bike that is, let's say, within 2 years old.
It's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so when a company puts something out like this, where there's no clarification, like, we give you tune-ups.
Free tune-up from a specialized dealer on one day.
That means a lot of people are going to interpret that in a lot of different ways.
Correct. 100%. And so, you know what shops are doing? They're being like, they're spending the day, and Specialized is just like, not our problem. We'll let the peasants deal with it. Like, we offer this thing, and they get to deal with it. Be like, oh yeah, you get to deal with what the customer's idea of a free tune-up is.
You got like,
good luck with that.
Timmy over there. Yeah. He's like, I got to replace this bottom bracket. Like, I'm trying to get a tune-up in here. Like,
Timmy's like, I just got certified in tubes. And now I'm expected to do these free tune-ups. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, poor guy.
No one tells people that also, that doesn't include parts. That doesn't include, like...
I mean, there was...
Generally...
There was some, like, fine print that was, like, no parts, right?
Thank God.
But again, everybody's like, Well, I'll just say no to the parts and get the free everything else.
Like, people
You can't just say no to broken parts.
No, just fix it.
It's like,
I'll just take my free tune-up.
Sir, it's broken. Well, can you do the free tune-up anyway?
When you're doing events, and this is one and the same, a lot of times people want to do free tune-ups at events. And I've learned, you never say tune-ups.
No, tune-up is the wrong word.
This is not the language
Bad word.
to use. You say something like free safety checks, adjusting brakes and deraillers, pumping up like be specific when you're offering something.
Yes.
Because that margin of what people think and what they hear and what is actually being offered is very different.
Yep.
It's like communicate. Like somebody needs to go to school for communications, and then they need to go work in the real world for 10 years.
And then you can work in the bike industry.
Write an article about free tune-ups.
Yeah. Then maybe you're allowed to write the
I mean,
ad copy of what a free tune-ups program is like.
Dude, why not just say free safety checks? Just like fucking free safety checks.
Yeah, we'll pump up your chain.
Pump up the chain.
Pump the chains.
But when brands do
pump
this,
up your tires,
then
lube your chain. Yeah.
the dealers have to all deal with it. Like, oh yeah, the free tune-up deal. Yeah.
You guys doing free tune-up? We heard you guys were doing free, dude.
People hear free.
I'm gonna say it.
He's gonna say it.
Never use the word free. Don't do it. Ever.
Even on OnlyFans?
No. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Curtis Cole, can you...
Is that free?
Is that free?
I don't know. Don't use the word free. Ever. Because your idea of free is this, right? For those of you who can't see, we don't have like a tiny lens. It's like... It's like smaller than a little ant right here, right? Your idea of free is this, and then like people who hear that, their idea of free is like, hello.
It's like overhaul.
Free, yeah.
They heard overhaul. Complete overhaul.
They just heard everything is free. So don't use it. Don't do it. Like what? Go ahead. I'm gonna listen.
I was gonna say with this is one thing that bike shops battle are people's expectations constantly. Because people go into the bike shop and they expect cheap. It's a bike, it should be cheap.
Right.
That is a constant expectation. And
like, this cost me nothing when I was a kid because your dad fixed it all the time.
Or, you bought an inexpensive bike. And so it costs money to get your bike serviced. And it's an uphill battle with bike shops. You constantly have to explain, this is what's broken. You also have to fight the good battle of like, I'm not trying to rip you off. Fight. But you're right. Like there is this guy trying to rip me off?
Of course he is. Of course he is. He doesn't give a shit about you. He's trying to make them big bucks. Got to pay for that Trans Am.
He opened a bike shop
He's got
to make money, okay? This place prints the stuff. You see this empire? We have a show on the internet.
Yeah. Like, people watch.
I don't know why it's not called Empire Bicycles, dude. Think about it.
Dude.
We could offer all the peasants free tune-ups.
Dude, that's the next level.
If we got the peasants to do the tune-ups for the peasants.
Yeah, I love it. I love a little slavery on the weekends.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Can we find another word that works? Donation.
Yeah. Encumbrancy. I don't know what that means, but we're going to use that.
We'll figure it out. I mean, one day as a bike mechanic, I'll be able to afford a home, right?
Yeah, I mean, Yeah.
At the end of the day,
free boxes from the bike shop. All the free boxes you want, you can have a home.
Now, as soon as I figure out how to make a home out of bicycle boxes, that is when I will have a home.
Shit can be done. All right. Well,
what's next? We got free
that
tune-ups.
was free tune. No.
Free tune-ups, everyone.
Guys, it's a sham.
Beware. If a place offers free tune-ups, it's bullshit.
Don't do free. Yeah. It's a trick. That's all it is. It's a trick.
Most shops offer a tune-up or maybe a first year, could be because you ride the bike. Really nothing needs to happen. Maybe tensioning the wheels. It's the only thing.
Yes.
Maybe a headset adjustment, tensioning wheels, settling cables.
Yeah.
That's common wear and tear. It generally doesn't take too long.
It's like 8 minutes worth of work.
Yeah.
That can be free. That's fine.
And then it's sold as this big value. You get tune-ups
You
for
get all
life.
these tuna. Yeah, right.
So many tune-ups for life.
You don't need them.
You're being sold something you don't need.
All right. Well, we're almost done. It's 9:06. The last one is a little bit. It seems innocuous. Been waiting all night to say the word innocuous. Seems innocuous, but it's kind of a big deal. Cambria bike. Do you know Cambria bike?
No.
You don't?
No.
God. Dang.
No idea.
Wrong button. Cambria bike. When I was in high school in the 90s, Cambria bike and Bike Nash Bar were the two places where I bought things through mail order. You familiar with mail order?
Yeah.
Pre-internet, really, right? So I would get
Dude, in the back of the magazine,
paper books, paper magazines, right?
there would be all of the components, and there would be prices and a part number.
Right. Well, Nash Bar and Cambria Bikes would send you a whole booklet with like pictures of everything, right? And so Cambria Bike would and then for me as like a junior high school kid, I would see what I wanted, which was always in the discount section, right?
Yeah.
Like you're saying
Sale, dude.
Like you're saying in the back. Anyway, I would see what I wanted.
Were there discount tune-ups in there?
And there were not discount tune-ups. I had to do it myself. Or pay the bike shop, which I did not have the money for.
Nope.
Which is why I do it.
Which is fine. You can
No,
totally
it's
learn.
why I do what I do now, because I couldn't afford. I'm a self-employed bicycle mechanic because I could not afford bicycle mechanic work when I was 14. Anyway, but Cambria bike, like you'd feel like you'd tear off a piece of paper, you'd fill out the part numbers,
Get a money order.
and then I'd get them I'd get on my bike and I'd go to City Market.
This is how the world used to work.
In Grand Junction. I'd go to City
Send
Market.
your money out in an envelope.
And I would ask for a money order of $34.96 and send it in. I would mail it in with a postage stamp. At some point later, I would receive my item.
Yeah.
Cambria Bike still exists. They became your typical online retailer. Somehow, I don't know how. I'd love to know how. They've stayed in business and stayed solvent. Such a good solvent. That's a word that the pros closet should learn to understand. Solvency. All right.
That's a deep burn.
All right. Well, Cambria Bike acquires intellectual property again. The brain stuff of
The brain stuff.
Planet Cyclery and Colorado Cyclers.
Oh, that's a big one.
So Planet Cyclery and Colorado Cyclers were both places here that you could go online, buy stuff, and have it shipped to you. They went under in the last, year?
Yeah.
I'm sure we have it. But Cambria Bike, somehow, still trucking along. The little website that could. And they've now been like, hey, we'll buy what you have, and we'll buy what you have, and reopen them and keep selling stuff. So, hey, if you need stuff from Planet Cyclery or Colorado Cyclist, you'll be able to. What I liked about those two websites being in Colorado was I could get stuff generally in about a day to 2 days because they were local. I don't know what the warehousing situation will be like moving forward.
Yeah, their warehouse was right in Broomfield, right off 36.
Yep.
So, not far.
So,
which
it'll be curious.
I want to just be clear is, like, I order shit on the internet all the time. Like, I think it's great. You find something, you're like, oh, I buy it, and you ship it to me. Awesome. This is great. But sometimes people sell things that need more work or need a human interaction. And that's where it's... So, yeah, a little finesse, a little touch. That's where it gets frustrating, where it's like, well, is it all happening and meshing?
Yep.
And I think bike shops have, in the past, been really anti mail order, online, whatever. And it's like, no, we all buy stuff.
Embrace it.
We all buy this shit on the internet. Yeah. The problem is when bike mechanics get the squeeze where we don't get paid.
Because
we have to do a shit ton of work.
Yep.
Working long hours, 10, 12-hour shifts to get everything done because it's the on season. It's kind of the backbone of the industry, and on the flip side, online companies just kind of get to push this shit out, and then it's up to the consumer to figure it out. Which, great if you know about bikes. For someone like myself or you that knows how to work on bikes, that's great. We know how to throw a derailleur on. We know how to size a chain.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't know how to do that. And then it comes to a mechanic to put that stuff on.
When that time comes, fucking pay up.
Pay a reasonable price to get your bike worked on.
Just pay somebody to do their job. That's all.
Dude, it's pretty straightforward.
That's it for tonight.
It's election night, guys.
Who's the president now?
No one knows. We won't know till freaking tomorrow.
We might not know till later in the week, bro.
Oh, the final. We'll generally know.
Shall we see if anybody's calling anything?
Is anybody calling? No, it won't even get close to call. Dude, it's not gonna be it's gonna be midnight.
It's 9:15 here. It's 11:15 on the in Washington D.C.
Which means polls have closed in California.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah. But so there's a ton of counting. I've actually done multiple shows with some of the election folks here in Colorado who run they run multiple counties election offices. So that's been interesting.
I just discovered a good map that indicates the areas where people were kung fu fighting. And it appears that everybody was kung fu fighting.
I think we need to end the show on that.
Thanks for hanging out with us on election night. You spent your time better than most Americans by tuning in to this show.
Because we have expert analysis in real time. And you know what? Never trust a free tune-up.
Never trust a free tune-up.
It's free for a reason.
It's true.
Would you like a pump, socks, a chain, new pair of tires?
Pump up the chain. Pump the chain.
Pump.
Pump the chain. Pump the chain. Pump the chain.
And cut.